Nah, but I would worry later on into the Poppy whether or not you're just going to get locked up there for a while. Instead, it is Aatrox for Adam. Second time he has brought that out this split. Adam actually going through a ton of champions so far this split, running down towards bot, but must have done his TP to get to top lane. Adam TP to bot lane, so overall, just a nice exchange for Rogue, as Yike is going to force Execute down to about half HP, but there's a few different steps in there with Yike spending more time bot side, Marang being able to do a full clear. He could then shadow mid while Execute goes for the engage, and there's the knockback.
Taking the growth, you're stuck against the wall, and your choke points are a little hard. Let's see if KC can do anything about that. If they want to, if they can, there's the wall stop.
Targamas goes in, there's the bullet time follow-up into the bait, sealed. The combination perfect from Karmine Corp. They'll lose their support, but they've killed the enemy jungler, and Yike should be able to secure these grubs.
Salad, your worst enemy while taking grubs is this line there. The wall stun comes through. Magnificent wall stun from Targamas to set up the play. Now will be all three going towards KC. Might secured, and that first stage of the feats of strength there for them also valuable. KC using the terrain to their advantage.
Yeah, really nice stuff there from Targamas. Good engage. Execute looking for Kalista, who has the flash and has the cleanse and has Yike on his way across. There's the cleanse.
Called into account the most. This was a little bit of a better sign here. Still behind, but a good spot up there towards the grubs.
I mean, generally, at 15 minutes, Karmine Corp are about 700 gold behind. Good. Melting Lullaby here. We'll get the sleep. They follow up onto Execute. They wake him up a little bit late, and they'll manage to get the kill. A couple of tower shots tanked there by Yike, but even with the Ignite, it's not going to kill him. The curtain's open. A TP's coming in as well. Targamas tanks a shot. He'll die to it. Beats go over to Rogue, at least a beat of Warfare, as Larssen goes in for another. Kalista will fall. Larssen gets his... Karmine Corp on average about 700 gold behind at the 15-minute mark. They do really struggle throughout the early games.
And particularly when you have Patch, hang on, there might be a fight coming up here. Big rotation. Do they back up when they see Execute? No.
TP behind, bait sealed onto two. Glacial Prism going wide. Bloody very low, but he'll snap back. Targamas now stunned up. There's the bullet time. Only really going to clip onto Execute. Adam coming into the middle of the fray as well with that teleport. He'll find one. Good Narm onto the back wall as Kana looks for two, and he'll find him. One for Yike, one for... They're going to lose about 1,500 gold in the next 3 minutes. Yeah. Okay.
Exactly. We're going to have a little bit of a mountain range here. Up, down, up, down.
It will be fun.
Bot lanes were kind of pushing and pulling against each other. Patrick, good accuracy so far. Goes back for the first item collector. Kana just going mini. That could be a problem. Forces the flash.
Oh, he's just going to knock up on it because there was a ward on top of it. So he kind of walked forward into it, and then the Infernal Chains will lock him up. Away. Eric will have his flash up in a couple of moments' time and has that Loathing Lullaby, but I don't think we're going to see them get in for the Drake. Keeper's
Targamas can get some really nasty damage down. Rogue needs to be careful of the terrain they're in.
Interestingly, I think Adam's TP is just about to come off cooldown. So teleport in from Kana, put some pressure on that bot side tower. Rift Tower secured. Vladdy is on the wrong side of the Rift right now. His Execute will lock him up. Bait sealed. Glacial Prison going wide, but the Emperor's Divide does not do so. Vladdy will be the first to fall here. Unbinds his soul, but still goes down. The bullet time and Loathing Lullaby finds two. Marang falling lower. Adams, though, still very tanky with the World Ender coming out. And Rogue will try and turn it around. Adam stepping forward. Curtains open. Yike, the first target. He'll eat two. Keeper's Verdict knocks back one, but Adam continues to chase forward. Yike has to flash away. Too late for our statistics.
Damn, whatever shall we do?
We'll have to start tracking at 17 rather than at 15, I think, Nymira, to keep the narrative alive. But
be as impactful onto that stasis of Larssen, who's getting a lot of gold. He is getting a lot of free time. He's free to farm whatever he wants, and Kana's caught out in side lane.
It's the Flash trying to get away from this one. Mega Nav a long way away in the permafrost. Curtain call. Someone aggroes the Drake. Patrick gets knocked out of his curtain call. Slight miscommunication there, perhaps. In fact, it may have even make it through playoffs because you get your pick of the litter. TP coming in from Karmine Corp here as Kana joins this topside play towards the Atakan.
This is the new Atakan, of course, Thornbound. It's not getting contested as it seems right now. Rogue letting this go. Will say, from the games I've seen of this, Atakan does not feel as immediately powerful. That's a good wall stun.
Yeah, a kill does help you, though, in making it a little bit more powerful. And Karmine Corp will find it. Great stun into the wall. Follow up from Kana with the Gnar. Overall, I think they got about 14 extra petals from it, as Adam is going to be TP'd behind here. Overall, they're about 30.
They
like cherries, it's true.
It's a little treat as well as something nice to look at.
Perhaps a fight in the mid lane? Patrick stepping forward. Across the wall comes Marang. Cleanse out from Kalista. He'll survive. Good knock into the wall there as Adam tried to get in the middle of the fight, but he just can't move at all. Adam will fall. Last Larssen dives in. The Emperor's Divide does nothing at all as Rogue walk away with their tails tucked between their legs.
Yeah, both summoners out of Glyph, but it's not the kill. Rogue overestimate themselves, and Adam finds himself right next to a wall against the Poppy. Targamas been pivotal to most of the picks which Karmine Corp have found so far, and this will also open up the mid lane turret as Rogue have to seed that.
Yeah, Targamas has been involved in every single kill for his team. Only Kana has his up for Karmine Corp.
Which means that Targamas has got to be doing overdrive on disengage for his AD carry. I think if the MF goes down too easily, it's a big problem. Kind of taking some damage off for Execute, though. That's important.
He's going to chase him down here. Gets the Gnar into the wall as well, and Execute just wasn't with his team. Karmine Corp find a pick before the play really even begins. Drake up in 13 seconds. They'll try and get control over the mid lane, but the problem is with the Glacial Prison carving out, the Emperor's Divide follows up. Kalist stepped a bit too greedily forward. Larssen with the Zhonya's and flashes away. Through the Loathing Lullaby, he survives, but the Fate Sealed will mark his demise.
We had assumed would feel a little bit more comfortable, and we've gotten to our bigger objective fights. Don't really set up that well for that. And you miss out on another important play. Kana's now jumping on Patrick.
Patrick has no flash here as well. Targamas just looking to knock him into the wall. The chase continues. Patrick's dead. Kana
behind the pace of the game to potentially get back into it.
Okay, so you've had a bit of practice doing that this split. The last few series haven't been as strong as they'd like them to be. The Glacial Prism coming out onto Targamas. He doesn't get an opportunity to move. Meanwhile, Kana jumping in. Goes Mega a little bit too late. Magnustorm's going to chase him down. Loathing Lullaby onto Execute will spell his death as Rogue begin to retreat.
Very short location. Wasn't there that guy that's found a way? How long? Hang on a second. On the top side.
Oh, Vladdy going in. Pops the Fate Sealed. Goes in with the Soul Unbound. Chases Adam down, and Vladdy. Whew. That was the point instead. Decides to TP in immediately. Malrang, though, can sneak in here. Swellseed goes down. Vladdy dives forward. Keeper's Verdict knocks out Malrang, and Karmine Corp will secure the Baron for themselves. The chase continues as Kana's looking for Execute once again. Yike going forward. Swellseed into the Magnustorm pullback. Larsen's coming in from the side here as well as Kana gets the Gnar into the wall, but the follow-up just isn't there for Rogue. Yike continues to step in. And it was a 2v4 for a while there. Karmine Corp get out of it. And Yike just waltzes away.
Really clean Baron take from Karmine Corp.
Yeah, it was nice.
Starts off with an opportunistic solo kill on the side lane by Vladdy. But then KC immediately just say, all right, we can disengage the jungle with the pop, the ult, clean take, and Rogue, they're completely behind the game now. They are now going to have to deal with the side lane push, which has actually come online. Now it's Vladdy. He might go for another one.
Yeah, I think Adam's dead. I think Adam's dead. Q3 lands. There's the World Ender. Vladdy has the Fate Sealed back up and has the flash, and we'll just, oh my god! Oh, I've seen less clean combos in Tekken, man. That guy just absolutely demolished him. Then dodges away, permafrost onto him though. Larsen's chasing him down. Vladdy will die in the end, but he got a TP, a flash, an ultimate out for it. And all the meanwhile, his team is taking Drake and taking names as they secure 2 tier 2s.
Just cut the clip a little bit short. You can chuck it in the montage. Vladdy really playing well individually on the Yone. And Rogue falling apart a little bit now against the Baron buff in the other lanes. One turret falls, the second one will fall down here. And Rogue, it just doesn't feel like they have the setup to pick anyone out of position. Targum is protecting Gliss on the bot side. Kana too hard to take their bait. But how do you defend from this? You have to push up lanes. Feels like if you go too far, you get caught out. Adam's trying to force something.
Larsen going in as well. Kana not quite Mega Gnar yet. Does get the Mega Gnar. Larsen pops the stopwatch. Magnustorm comes in as well, but Larsen goes pop first. Kana's going to die as well, but the follow-up coming out from Karmine Corp. Vladdy misses the Fate Sealed, and because of that, his fate is done. Adam finds 2, double Loathing Lullaby, though, from Yike as he chases in. Watch out, Eep! Adam's going to fall to Yike with the Leandries. The curtain's open, and Patrick quickly shuts them, realizing Karmine Corp are looking in. Malrang's going to fall. Karmine Corp will walk away. 4 for 2 the exchange, and the Nexus in their eyes.
It all looks fine until the other carry turns up. Yike brings the 3,000 gold lead to bear, and Karmine Corp will look towards the Nexus.
We wondered how they bounced back after a week off, while Karmine Corp have shown the blue wall is as tall as ever. 1-0 against Rogue.
There was a little while in that game where KC were made to...
but has a lower win rate than his career win rate, therefore he's bound on the champion.
Yeah, that's the way it works. Oh, we get ourselves... Is that locked? That's the
Yorick. It's Yorick!
We get the Yorick!
Let's go! I love Yorick!
We have had...
If you land your Morning Mist, the ghouls that are on the ground will spawn automatically and chase that target, but otherwise you need 3 of those graves. You see that little pink thing standing next to Kana? That's a grave. You need 3 of those to be able to spawn your ghouls. Here we go. They go for the tower dive. Kana goes in first. Dark Possession. Kana's locked under the tower. It will be a 1-for-1 in the exchange. A plate falls as well for Karmine Corp.
Yeah, so the problem here now is kill went over to the Yorick and not to the Jace. So the individual matchup going the side of Rogue, that is a problem. Adam will be able to teleport back towards that lane, get himself a combat, gets himself a Sheen on the first back. That's a problem for Kana.
Engage happening onto Kalist as well, who uses the barrier. Trample Stun onto Execute into the Pulverize. Execute trying to dance back to Patrick, but can't get close enough. Karmine Corp.
I expect these things from you.
My facts aren't fun, they're only informative. I'm just here to educate, not entertain. But yeah, so Grog's going over to Karmine Corp. I did want to have a look at how the top lane, bot lane is going. If we get an opportunity to go down to Kana and Adam. Haven't looked at it too much. You see the exchange being made between Yike and Malrang here. Rogue will get the first dragon of the game.
Why must we kill Wildland? Why must we kill the Wildland?
Well, Riot tell us to. That's what's happening here. Targamas coming across. Kana and Adam still trading. Dark Possession going down. Kana jumps onto Adam, but that Maiden's going to start doing a lot of work. Malrang dives forward. The follow-up from Execute as well, as Kana is the first to fall. Flash over from Vladdy, but onto the wrong side. He's going to get chased down by Adam, and Malrang can't quite get close enough. The win becomes likely not going to connect. Good knockup from Targamas. Execute dashes away. Yike in here with the cease and desist into the trample stun. There's the follow-up. Execute will fall. Vladdy almost taken down by the Maiden, but the Maiden dies in time. Has that early advantage on this fight. Already has the Sundered Sky complete. It has been a problem champion for Karmine Corp and for Yike himself.
The Zeri getting this much gold is disaster for Rogue, because while you are waiting for the Yard to get back, why is XQ walking on a turret?
Well, because he can! Because he can! He gets the quickness down!
No, he can't!
Well, no, he could. Just died.
True. Consequences of the actions he has taken. Yeah, that's a head scratcher. Goes under tower.
He's living up to his name.
Yeah, well, no, he didn't, because it wasn't even Execute. Just died.
Ah, true, actually, yeah.
We actually have a term for that in League of Legends.
What, dying?
Yeah, dying without the enemy champions.
Ah, true.
Yeah,
yes,
I know.
Yes.
We have all of the technology words nowadays.
We do. Kalist's going to get the first tower of the game. And with it, about a 2,500 gold lead for Karmine Corp. They're in a very solid spot.
Now, the portions of that game, hang on a second, Kana might be jumped
target.
On multiple people here.
Doesn't have flash. There's the Dark Possession, and he's on the wrong side of it. Gravity well there for the follow-up. Maiden comes down as well, just to make sure that Kana is dead.
Other side, see how quickly Adam can return fire from the bot lane turret.
You see Kana, just backs off immediately, and Adam should be able to take that tower. He's got the Triforce complete. Sheen proc with the last rites. Not quite enough. Dark Possession coming out. Kana being very greedy here. Stepping up, and he didn't know where the enemy jungler was at all. That was good from Adam and from Malrang. Malrang staying around even after the tower was low, but a little greedy. So it's not the end of the world, but it was just really greedy for a wave. You're never going to keep that tower standing with Adam already pounding on it. You lose the Drake towards this bottom side as well. So second dragon of the game over to Rogue, but you do have the Rift.
Wants as well as Neferi, where the dogs are actually bigger than Neferi herself at that point. He doesn't have a big Maiden this time though. Gets the E onto him.
There's a Maiden nearby, but she has to take the long route round, and Adam realizes he's currently Maidenless. The Maiden will come in after he dies and will follow suit.
Anyway, and we have to see a continuation of KC just full court pressing.
Oh, Patrick. Killer Instinct onto Kalist here. Kalist pops the barrier. Yike coming in from the side as well. Vladdy then flanks. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna say the Killer Instinct was subtle if they lose this game. It is incredibly unlikely that they do so. Everything would have to fall in their favor. Kalist gliding away from Execute there as he surfs across that little bit of terrain. The flank is happening here from Vladdy. Patrick spots him though as he tries to get around. Kana landing a shot blast as Karmine Corp have started up the Atakan. They'll still give you that magic and armor shred if you tank it up, so they want to be a little bit cautious. Yike goes in, punches the Maiden, the engage from Execute with the lightning crash, and Kana's follow-up is sublime. Vladdy diving in as well, as Malrang is the second target for Karmine Corp. They find two. Oh my god, Vladdy's damage is insanity! He kills off Patrick. Larson, the one he's chasing down now. The shot blast not quite enough, as Kalist will eventually kill Adam. That was just the unexpected. Akali is the deadliest, apparently. It's just an assassin for a reason.
Random bits and pieces of gold from Rogue over time, bleeding them out.
Ultra Shock plays into Shock Blast, gets Patrick down to a third of his HP. Karmine Corp will take another tier 2 Second of the game. Karna's pushing through mid. There's a wave on its way. And you can see Karmine Corp take the quick route through the jungle to try and take down another turret. Shouldn't be too much for them to do. Execute. Oh, he's flanked here. I mean, that ward that I initially pointed out was cleared out, but they have enough vision around it that they can see Malrang as he steps forward in the jungle. Execute goes in, and again, the grand entrance is purely ceremonial. Doesn't quite land the knocker. Malrang dashes forward. Shot Blast is going to connect. Cease and desist onto the backline. Knocks Malrang back. There's the lightning crash. And it might be done without a Baron even needing to be slain. Execute flashes away, but the rest of his team cannot escape the clutches of Vladdy. A double for the Akali. Kalist dives in onto Adam. He'll fall as well. Karmine Corp find 4. The only one still standing is Execute.
Teleport to the bot side from Counter as well. He kills turrets very quickly with this build, by the way, with the lethality. And it's like Rogue just weren't even there on top side. KC starve out vision and camps and gold. And they've bled out too much now of Rogue. They try and contest for a brief moment. They have no leg to stand on.
And it looks like Karmine Corp don't think they can end off this push. It is shortish. Death timer's only 26 minutes into the game. So they'll go double inhib, or at least inhib tower and a single inhib. You can see Kalist and Yike on your minimap are doing the Baron. So should be able to secure this one without any real contest from Rogue. Malrang's running down on the bottom side. It would be a mammoth task if somehow he manages to steal this. Obviously impossible. Karmine Corp will take the Baron.
That is a dangerous angle.
Unseen Vladdy is the deadliest. Malrang jumps in, double knock-up as well. The follow-up, though, from Vladdy and Patrick is Pop Trick as Execute the next target. Perfect execution here from Karmine Corp and perfect execution from Vladdy. Even manages to land the Proto Belt at the end. Karmine Corp once again find 4. Adam, I mean, you're on vision, my dude. You're spotted out. Actually, maybe hugging the wall means that he isn't seen. Karna and Vladdy will make the march to the Nexus as Karmine Corp will secure their 6th win of spring and a spot at the top of the table.
KC came in today with a couple of worries about them. A couple of series just before the break. It felt like they weren't clean. They were falling behind in the early game. Of course, against Rogue, they wanted to show their best side. I think they snowballed magnificently.
That they did. Game 2 much cleaner than game 1, but still a solid performance from Karmine Corp. For Rogue, commiserations. Their hopes very much not in their hands. One more series for them to play on. Just waiting for the analyst desk and the interviews to get ready, I believe. Oh, I can see Shocks standing down on the stage. We have to stall. Have you ever learned how to drive? You learned drive manual?
Yeah, I did.
So we can stall if we want. We could do it deliberately.
I drove around a city called Sheffield in the UK. It's called the Rome of the North because it's built on 7 hills, like Rome, the Palatine Hill and stuff.
Doesn't look anything like it, nor is it prestigious.
No, it doesn't, nor is the weather as good. The music's pretty good there, though.
Oh, that's true. Sheffield.
Band called Bring Me the Horizon came from there. Pretty famous. Well, they're from Rotherham, but close enough.
Oh, I mean, no, you're just claiming something that isn't from where you are.
It's close enough. It's like a town which is close to the big city. Anyway, it's a good music scene.
No. I mean, yes, in Sheffield there is a good music.
This is what happens when you ask us to stall when we don't have pre-planned.
You can't claim Bring Me the Horizon. Because they're from Rotherham.
That's close enough.
No,
it's close enough.
No, because in the grand scheme of things, everything is close enough. We're close enough to Targamas, who's standing down on the stage with Shocks, but I'm not able to interview him. It's not the same thing!
Stop bickering. Hello, I'm Shocks, joining here with Targu in the Marriott Bonvoy post-game check-in. Congratulations. Didn't miss a beat. And they're here again as well. You had some time, right, to kind of regroup. What did you work on?
Nothing, we just went on vacation.
Where'd you go?
No, I was here in Berlin, but my whole team went back to their home, and yeah, we didn't do anything.
So you were by yourself?
Yeah, I was just chilling, playing some Clair Obscur, you know, the new game. And,
yeah, who needs to practice for the LEC?
Not really. Like, we've been streaming for like 3 days, I think. And yeah, I think we picked it up where we left at, so it feels good.
I would say you picked it up and kind of came back a little bit better, because I will say, even though you're at the top of the standings, the games weren't clean, right? I think you can admit that there was a lot of back and forth. So, or do you think that's completely cleaned up or not? Or do you disagree with me?
No, I mean, game 2 was fine, right?
Yeah.
I think. And then game 1, yeah, I'm not sure. Like, it's just the jet lag, you know? Like, we didn't play on stage for 2 weeks, so we are not sure what we are doing.
I see. Were you watching Madrid and thinking, oh, I wish I was there, but then next week you do get to go to France, so.
No, I mean, I was glad that I was chilling at home, honestly. And yeah, I mean, next week it's gonna be fun, yeah. And especially against G2, maybe we can kick them out of playoff.
Yeah?
Who knows?
That's actually a storyline that exists. Now, in terms of the revenge arcs of Targamas and Mickey, it's going well. I mean, were you happy that they were able to beat G2 last week?
I don't really care, honestly. I think it was, yeah, I don't mind who wins. I think I just focus on my team. Like, we are first place, right? And we want to get the first seed as well for playoff. So, yeah.
You're backpedaling because you're like, oh, maybe we could kick G2 out of playoffs. And then you're like, oh, we only focus on our own. I get it. Yeah.
I mean, it's fun to kick them out, right? But I don't mind if they're losing to Fnatic or anyone else. Like, I'm not hate watching them, honestly.
Okay, that makes sense. How excited are you to go to Evry on the road trip in front of... I know you're Belgian, but I feel like you identify a little bit with the French-speaking
No,
French
that's not
a little bit. But how excited are you to go on that KC road trip, I will say?
Yeah, this is gonna be very fun. I think like we had the show match with this team before, so we played in France before, but like it's show match, it's not the same. And it's like one of the only occasions we have this year, if not the only one, to play a competitive match in France, right, in front of our fans. So it's pretty cool.
It will be amazing. I can't wait to see it. Locked into playoffs with the blue wall. Merci beaucoup, Tarko. Bien fait. And that's enough from us here on this side. We're going to kick it over to PGL with Genie, GB, and Calist.
Thank you, Shocks, and Targa as well. Let's start off with a big congratulations because you guys have locked in playoffs. So, sigh of relief?
Thank you first. And yeah, just a bit, because we were pretty confident on locking playoff already when coming to the first game of the split. We know we're a good team and we are pretty confident on this, but it's always good to be like, okay, we're 100% locked on playoff.
Let's start off also by announcing our Kia player of the series. It is Yike, a great performance on the Vi. Maybe not what we are usually seeing.
What do you mean by this?
I mean, his Vi has been up and down.
Okay, I will defend Yike, okay?
Okay, let's go.
Yike's Vi, it's the fault of the team.
Okay.
It's just, Yike is finding the good angles, but we are not on the screen to follow him. So, of course, he's maybe looking like a clown, but it's not his fault. It's the team's fault.
You're a good lawyer. Wow. He should hire you full-time. Like, that's pretty good. I mean, you know, since we're defending players, do you want to defend some teams? Do we want to defend some hot takes?
Yeah, so me and GB made some hot takes about, like, because, you know, the standings right now is kind of crazy. All the teams are so close. So GB's hot take was that G2 won't make playoffs. What do you think about that?
I mean, I kind of agree, I think, because...
What? Oh, I love this.
Okay, there is two reasons of this.
Yep.
I think it's because I personally think G2 is not in a... I don't really know how to say it, but in a good state, the way they're playing. Like, as a professional player, you can see that something is different, something is not matching.
Yeah.
I mean, I think their bot lane is doing good, though, but something is not matching overall as a team. Yeah. And also, I need to follow the... like the hot take of my CEO, Kameto also think they will not do playoff, so I'm following him.
Wow.
All right, and then we have your hot take, Jack. It was about GX.
Yeah, mine is that Giant X will make playoffs because they play against BDS and they play against Team Heretics. And if they win both of those games, they most likely get a tiebreaker, which I think is like pretty doable. And they looked way better in Spain than before.
Crowd buff.
So yeah, I think they can make it.
Maybe it's a crowd buff, but I think, yeah, Giant X can make it, but I'm not sure. Who will be out then? Who do you see out of this playoff?
Rogue?
I mean, yeah, Rogue for sure. Rogue SK. Maybe we could bring up like the whole.
Yeah, let's have a look at the standings so that we see which teams are currently towards the bottom.
Like I'm
Rogue,
thinking
GX, SK, BDS, and Vitality.
Rogue, SK, and then BDS.
And G2. Go crazy. I mean, look, Calist agreed, right?
BDS G2, I guess, yeah.
Okay.
Who do you think is not going to be making it to playoffs?
I mean, there is the hot take of G2, of course, but if there is another team, I would say, I guess, well, BDS, because it seems like they struggle a bit. I would